Hey, Fight fans. Before I play the interview I did with Deontay Wilder, I wanted to explain that just after this voice note, I'll be putting up a screenshot with all of the start times to each topic that we discussed. Look, I'm aware it's a really long interview, and as a courtesy, I wanted to do this just so you guys don't miss the topic that you are seeking to hear about. However, just because it's where the topic may begin doesn't mean that the other topics aren't still being mentioned throughout the video, because they are. They're sort of sporadic, but it's where I list the start time. But I'm doing this, again, just so you guys don't miss the topic you came here for. I hope you enjoy this exclusive interview brought to you by Fresco Box. Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined on the phone now with the Bronze Bomber himself, Deontay Wilder. Deontay, how are you?
I'm doing good, Michelle. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. I apologize now if I cough or my voice sounds a little raspy-ish. I'm just battling a cold at the moment, so please bear with me.
I understand. I'm just getting over one myself.
Really? Yeah, I feel like everybody's sick at the moment. Sucks.
Yeah, I was sick in the Ortiz fight, and I'm starting to feel good, better, getting my weight back and stuff like that, so I understand totally what you're saying.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Now, Dee, you've been all over the headlines these last few weeks. There's just been so much going on. First, I want to start with congratulating you on your win. I haven't spoken to you since you've won your fight against Luis Ortiz. Let's go back to, just the week before AJ's fight. And I know you've spoken to the media about why you decided not to come to England. Do you regret it at all? Do you feel like you maybe should have gone, or do you feel like that was the decision you had to make in order for, I don't know, I guess for you to get your point across to them?
No, I don't regret it at all. It was actually a great move to make.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people look at it as it was, well, they say it was the worst thing I could do, or it was a mistake, or whatever, but they don't see what we see. It's easy to say what could have been a mistake if you just assuming that this would have been big, only for the simple fact of many people are being there and media being there and stuff like that. But people, they gotta sometimes just relax and chill their mind and go back and focus and think about when I went to the Klitschko fight. That was one of the biggest fights they ever put on. It was a lot of media there, more than what was probably going to be at the Joseph Parker fight. A lot of fans there. But they didn't even acknowledge that I was there in the crowd to nobody. It's a lot of people over there. They knew my name, but they didn't know the face. Everybody know the name, and they didn't know the face. And I just had this conversation with some British people yesterday, and this is what they was telling me. So they said they knew my name, but they just didn't know the face. So just imagine if they would have announced me in the building, no matter in the ring or whatever, so people can see the face. They said they started coming on to me and when they heard something. It was something I said in the interview or something like that what made them clink. But anyway, it was the best move that we made. For the simple fact that my name was already escalating throughout. The Joshua and the Parker fight, that whole build-up was about me and Joshua. It was me and Joshua, me Dylan White, and me not coming to Cargill's. I got more attention, me not being there, than I probably would have been there. Because, I was looking forward to come. I really was. I really wanted to go, But the thing is, we want to fight. They've been manipulating them people so much. And these people, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm going to let you know, Eddie, they understand, they catch it, they caught on. They know what you're doing. I'm going to let you know that right now. Like I said, I talked to a whole group of them. A whole group, and they understand that they know what's going on. So I'm telling y'all next move better be our best move, because they are waking up. They understand what's going on. So it was the best decision we could have done. I still got more publicity out of not being there than being there. Eddie, every time he did an interview, he had my name in his mouth. when Joshua called me out, that's what we wanted, because if you saying I can't get in the ring, you know, you want to up your security or want to put restraint orders, you know, what's the point of being there? My whole point was coming there, period, was to get in the ring and have a conversation with Joshua. No more, no less. You know, I wanted to look him in his eyes and let him say, let's make the fight. Do you want to fight me? Let's make the fight. Let's make the fight. Instead of hearing Eddie's mouth, we now could hear what AJ has to say. Do you want to fight? And as you can see, you know, even if I'm not there, he don't even want to mention my name. They made him mention my name. He rolling his eyes like a girl, and you want to come to me? No. Well, we had to go to, you know, feminine ways. He do not want, they don't want to fight. But they've been pushed in the corner. Like I said before, we're going to smoke them out of there. It's time to make the fight. It's time. This is the biggest fight in the world.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, especially now with, you know, Canelo Golovkin completely off for this year. This is the mega fight. This is the fight that all the fight fans want to see. Is it true that, because I know that this has been reported out there, that Eddie Hearn has spoken to Team Heyman, your team, and has already started the negotiations? Is that true?
I think they spoke. You know, I know. As of today, we still waiting on them. We still waiting on them. As of today, I'm gonna put it like that. You know, I know Eddie said he was gonna reach out and all this, but I haven't heard. I haven't heard nothing of that. You know, so we still waiting on them to respond as of today. You know, so
to respond to your offer.
To respond, I guess, to negotiations.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's put negotiations. Let's make it happen. What's the plan? Let's do this.
Now, I know today it was reported that the WBA made Povetkin Joshua's mandatory. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that, but either way it goes, Michelle, I mean, this is boxing, and their rules applies as well too. But there are also things that's called, you know, we all know that unification trumps mandatory. Yeah. We know that. We know that this is the biggest fight in world boxing, and you mean to tell me that a mandatory is gonna overshadow a unification world title fight? Who to see who's the baddest man on the planet, the undisputed. Somebody has to go. Heavyweight champion of the world. Are you crazy? That's just like having a camp full of 12-year-old gymnast team, and you can't have a title fight because you got the gymnast team and they're gonna be in the practice on that court that same day. So, you know, we'd rather have them than have this big fight. That's crazy.
Why do you think that it's important for them to make the fight at the end of 2018 rather than a big summer fight?
Why is it important to make it at the end?
Because it seems like every time that you know, we speak with Eddie Hearn, it seems like they want to make it for the end of 2018 rather than a summer fight.
I mean, look at when you're dealing with Eddie, and when Eddie talk, you like really have to focus on what he's saying, because he always contradicting himself. Now, you always see, when we listen to Eddie, we always listen to what lie he's finna say now. You know, and he always going back and forth with his words. Him and Joshua is never on the same level as well too. He say one thing, Joshua says another, or vice versa. You know, so Eddie, of course, look at the tactics that he's been using all this time. Like I said, he was upset I didn't come to quarter, not because of the media. Come on. Not because of the media not because of the media for me getting attention, but it was because for the media didn't get the opportunity to get what his plan was. And that's to hype up the Dylan White fight. Come on, that was obvious. Look how mad he got. And started to sound like a little crybaby. You know, we already know what it is. When Eddie does stuff like that and want end of the year fight, it's what he's trying to do, put another fight in place before getting to me. Because what makes sense to me, and what makes sense to the entire world is having a summer fight, rematch, end of the year fight. I'll go over there to England, whoop AJ, and at the end of the year we come to Vegas and have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That sounds beautiful. It don't get no better than that. This summer fight, when I whoop him, we can have an end of the year fight in America, wherever, Vegas, New York, whatever makes sense, and we all have a happy Merry Christmas and a Happy Thanksgiving. Happy New Year. Like I said, don't that sound good to you?
Look, everybody knows that when I talk about this, I'm like, I want that fight. I want that fight now. I feel like I would love to see a summer fight. Look, politics
summertime,
aside,
summer,
it would be
summertime,
at Wembley,
everything,
and then just like you said, have a rematch. But but once the WBA announced that they, made Povetkin the mandatory, I just thought to myself, I'm like, okay, I guess they're having interim fights. I thought that 2019 was for the mandatories. I didn't know that Joshua was supposed to have a mandatory this year, because that's what I had been told previous. So I was a bit surprised, I'm not going to lie. But I don't think anybody doesn't want this fight. I'm just speaking for the fight fans. I can say without a doubt, we are absolutely, utterly confused as to how two camps are saying two completely different things. And I think the best thing, like you said, is we'll fly to the UK to get the negotiations done. We just want to get it done. Because I think that right now, it is, so I'm not going to lie, you saw my interview with Eddie Hearn. Eddie's very convincing. So he's saying one thing, you're telling the other, but I know you want the fight. So when he says you don't want it, I actually believe you do want it. So it's hard because when you're not actually sitting in the room with people who are actually making negotiations, it's hard for people like myself to say, well, that's not true, or why don't you talk about this? Do you get what I'm saying? So for people on the outside looking in, they're kind of like, well, what is really going on? Right.
And I wish it wouldn't be that way. I wish it wasn't that way. And I can see how people can get so confused. This is, I don't know how much more to say, We all know that Deontay Wilder wants to fight. Why would I shy away from it? I say so much. I say I'm the baddest man on the planet. I say I hit the hardest. I say I'm the most exciting heavyweight. I say so many things about myself, not to be cocky, not to be arrogant, but I really believe in myself that that's what I am. And I'm not apologetic about how I feel about myself. This is how I feel about myself. I can't take that away from myself. And each and every time I go out and perform, I show people, I show them what I say I'm going to do. And I do as I say. I do it every time. I'm the most exciting heavyweight in the division. Every time you see Deontay Wilder fight, you just don't know what's going to happen. That's the way my style is. I'm unpredictable. But you know one thing, that you're going to see a knockout, and it's going to be exciting. All my fights, all of them. That's why I'm the greatest. I'm the best in this division. I just beat the number 2, and that makes me number 1. They do not want this fight. Everything that's been going on, that's been slowing up this fight, it's all been on their behalf. Deontay Wilder wants to fight. Why not? I want to give the people what they want. Then, this is right here that breaks. This right here breaks it all. Right here. This is right here gonna make people decide whatever side they want to go off of. Right here. If I didn't want to fight, this is gonna show you. My last fight was against Luis Ortiz, right? And I want to prove to the world that I am the best. And I want this fight to, I definitely need a defining win on my record as far as goes for my career. I know it will even more be a fight. So I wanted to fight. I wanted to make sure I get this fight. So not only did I pick out Luis Ortiz, it was a small, big, rich, small reward. If I didn't want to fight, I could have easily avoided Louis Ortiz and with another Ruth. Easily. I wouldn't have fought the most avoided heavyweight in the division and knocked them out. So now I'm here. So why would I not want to fight? Why would we not go to extra measurements to make this fight happen? Hey, didn't we just say we'll come to the UK? What's the problem now? Everything we've said, we've done. Whatever they wanted to do, we've countered with. Hey, no problem on this end. So it's clear. It's clear to see who don't want this fight. Don't let them fool you guys. They done fooled you so long. Man, it's crazy. It's easy to see through him. Look how he smirks and his eye connections and his body language when he asks certain questions, especially about me. People haven't read the signs. I even had a detective that went to school for the body languages and stuff like that. The first thing he said, that's a lying motherfucker right there. First thing he said. I've been seeing it though. He a manipulator. He don't want this fight. Joshua don't want this fight. But now it have came to the point where it got so bad. Everybody want to see this fight that they smoking him out of there. So I appreciate everybody. Keep smoking them out of there. Keep asking them the questions, the hard questions that they don't want to answer. You're going to smoke them out of there. Ain't no mandatory going to overshadow no unification fight of this magnitude. Crazy. The people ain't going to allow it. They don't want to see nothing else. They already stated they don't want to see no other heavyweight fight between the champions but them two together. The people plays a big part. When y'all demand something, it should happen. And when you become numbers, you become a force. And that force became so strong now. Well, this guy can't even walk in his own country. That's the only thing the downside about the country. When you're in a country, the upside is when you're winning, everybody for you. It's all good and dandy. You're great. But when they want something, the whole country wants it. They want to see it. So now it's talks. Everywhere he goes, when you going to fight Wild? Everywhere he goes. Everywhere you go.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It's starting to build into that. You know how at one point people put so much pressure on Mayweather to fight Pacquiao that wherever he went to like these events, people were chanting. And the same thing for Canelo. They were chanting Triple G's name because you're right. The fans do have a stronger voice than they realize. And now with social media, we can demand these things. And you know, at some point they have to cave into it. Now, Eddie's saying he wants to make the fight, but for later in 2018. Again, I'm just, going back and forth between what you said and what he said. Now, I know that because I know Dylan White, we already know it's out of the picture. But he did say, when I did the interview with him, that if we did a 2-part deal, okay, let's do it. He agrees to your terms. What did you make of all that when I told him what you had said to me?
It's just hard watching this man, It's just hard watching him because this fight is so easy to be made, Even with the Dylan White thing, this could have been done a long time ago. And of course the price goes up. Look at the status. Of course everything changes. No matter what you want, just come out and just say what you want to do, man. This is easy. It's become childish. We grown people on this side of the pond. We not playing around at all. This is an easy fight. They know it. But at the end of the day, you can't really blame Eddie for so you can only blame Eddie for so long, for so much. At the end of the day, it's Joshua's decision. Either they work for him or he work for them. My people work for me. Every fight I want to have, I've made it happen. I've made it happen. And my team trusted in me. They trusted in me to get the job done. Like I said, I was going to get done all this time. So if they really want this fight to happen, don't be fooled. They can make it happen. They can make it happen easy. Just like if Joshua want this fight and his trainer McCracken want the fight, because that's the one, them the two really runs everything. McCracken and Joshua. To be just to be truthful. So if they want this fight can happen right now. No question asked. And that's how it is. So if they're confident and they can beat me, they'll take the fight. If they're not, then they're not going to take the fight. They're going to try to use this mandatory bullshit and use that as a way to dodge me fighting. That's why Hearns keep talking about the end of the year. Why? Man, we right here shit in March. It ain't even in the middle of the year yet. You talking about already the end of the year? Look at all these months we got looking forward to. Why wait? This is a big tournament that just happened. I fought Luis Ortiz. He fought Parker. The tournament came on. He won. I won. Now you put the two together. Mm-hmm. Don't mess up this triangle that was formed. Don't mess up that. That's too beautiful. And when history comes and this story is unfolded and told, if the fight happens, that's how it's going to happen. They're going to tell the story about me and Luis Ortiz, wonderful fight that we had, and about him and Joseph Parker, fight that they had. And then the one from UK had to fight the one from the USA, and what a magnificent fight it became. That's what
did you think of? Sorry, go ahead.
Crazy. It's crazy. These folks crazy. I'm just, they are crazy. And they allowing these fans to miss out on something big. I want to be a part of history. They keep talking about money and stuff like that. Let's make the fight. Don't worry about the money. The money's going to be there, okay? This is going to be the biggest payday of both our lives, okay? So we ain't worried about that. Trust me.
Does it frustrate you at all that when it comes down to people talking about the fight between you and Joshua, that they always like to compare what Joshua made versus what you've made in your career, and how that they feel that that's how the negotiation should be determined? In my opinion, of course, I'm not the promoters and I'm not on the business end of things, but I feel like whenever you're a champion, you should be playing on an even playing field, only because after the fact, that's a different story when you hold all the belts or you're fighting someone who's not a champion. But you offer something that they want. So that obviously, and vice versa, and you want what they have. So I feel like, me personally, I thought this fight should have been 50-50. But yeah, does it bother you at all?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. People, when you see that, you just see ignorant people. They don't understand. When you have a population of what we got, like 320 something million, and you have a other side got a population of only 60 million or something like that. It's obvious when you don't have so much going on. And even they major sport is what, soccer. Then they got boxing. They got cricket, something like that. Not too much. So when Joshua fight they country, they all in one. That's the whole country. Mm-hmm. All of them are Brits. The whole country. So they tune in, and it's good to see that they support their people. They support their people, and that's great to see. But when you over here in America, it's a different world. It's a different world. You come over here in a big world with it's so diverse. Mm-hmm. When every time I fight, I'm always battling against some other event. Look at the last event I did with Ortiz. Not only did I battle against another boxing event, what's the Russian guy? Kovalev. I had UFC fight, and I had an NBA game, and an NBA game. and still did the numbers, and still, that's what I do in he's the best in his country, and I'm the best in mine. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the heavyweight division, I can only do what I can with everything that's going on, but don't worry. You see my numbers of viewership, and you see his number. My numbers doubled his numbers of viewership. With the Tackham and the Parker, with my Stavern and Ortiz, I circled him twice. Mm-hmm. That's what gave me the power, because I am the most exciting heavyweight in the heavyweight division. I am the most scariest. I hit the hardest. And when people come and see heavyweight fights, they don't want to see 12-round fights. They don't want to see nothing just sitting up there trying to be so technical and textbook. They want to see somebody knock somebody's head off. And they know when they see Deontay Wilder, when the extra read all about it come out and say Deontay Wilder about to fight, You already say, oh, shit. Where you watching it at? Where you watching it at? Because I'm the most exciting. I am. And that's the value that I bring. I bring more viewership. I bring the value. I bring more value, excitement. It's definitely a 50-50 fight, but whatever it's going to take to make this fight, let's make it happen. Because I'm going to get it in the return, so it don't matter. It don't matter. We will do whatever it takes.
When I interviewed Eddie Hearn post Joshua Parker fight, I had asked the question to Eddie asking, is this a, in terms of them saying that, you don't sell or you don't do this, you don't do that. I'm like, is this a Deontay Wilder thing or is this an American thing? Because back to what you and I, or what you were just saying, there's a lot more going on in America just because we are a lot larger country than the UK. But just overall, the competition, like you were just saying, each night, you had 4 other events going on that night. But it's got to be frustrating, I'd imagine, to constantly hear that, to constantly hear, oh, he doesn't sell, or he doesn't do this, and Joshua does. But it's such a vast difference in size of the countries. Although I have to, just like the UK fight fans are incredibly dedicated and loyal fans. It's unbelievable how they are out here as opposed to America. But what can be changed? What can be done for something like that?
Nothing. It's, to me, it's funny. At this point, it's funny, because you heard them say it over and over and over, and that's the only thing that they want to say. But we know he's supposed to do what he's doing over there. If he wasn't doing that, then he would. If he wasn't doing that, then we would be concerned. We'll be scratching our head. What fighter that they had over there that became, people predicted was going to do this and started winning, didn't have a great following until they lost. We all know that the UK support their people all the way when they're winning. By the time they lose, they fall off of them. We've seen that many times, and I don't even have to go down the line with a list naming people off the list. I don't have to do that because we've seen it multiples of times, and that's what Joshua's afraid of. That's why he always says he's terrified of losing because he know the people gonna fall. He talk about it all the time. He's already let that manifest. That's what his destiny is going to be. He's going to lose to me.
He knows. He's admitted that you are in the division. There is no one else aside from you that is going to be his toughest opponent.
Yeah, I already know. This is an easy fight. Trust me. His style. What
did you make of this fight, D? What did you make of his performance against
I just
Parker?
seen Klitschko. He's trying to do everything like Klitschko. He always talk about Klitschko. Well, Klitschko, when I get this with Klitschko, Klitschko just the way Klitschko ran things, he liked the way Klitschko ran it, so that's how he's trying to do it. He even starting to look like it. That fight reminded me of Fury and Klitschko fight all over again. All over again, because I don't know what others saw, but I saw Parker being more busier. I saw Parker throwing more punches and landing more as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what nobody else. AJ couldn't even get off. Every time he'll load up, he'll be one of them characters on the fighting game. You had to hold down B to build up his power, and then you release it. That's what he was doing. He was, you can see it coming. You can see everything. He was so stiff. He didn't want to do too much to waste out gas. And man, Jesus. They was like Batman and Robin. And Ralph was the Robin every time he was on him. Every time they went 11 fight in the pocket and when in the hell? Boxing lost one that night. Boxing lost. When in the hell? They started letting him take his own time out. Did you see him take the tape off and went straight to the corner? You don't supposed to do that. The ref's supposed to fight, break the fight up, and get that instruction. A fighter don't supposed to just quit like that. This is not a quitting sport. You don't just quit because you see an opportunity. What? Man, I was like, what the fuck? When he just took a break. Oh, I'm just, don't keep punching me. I'm going to go over here in my corner and get this tape real quick. What the fuck? I was like, man, We gotta get this prima donna up out of here. This ain't no champion. This ain't no champion. You don't stop when you in the middle of war. You don't stop. You keep going until the ref stop this shit. And the ref don't supposed to be so tight. I tell you this, if a ref ever be so tight in a fight with me, somebody gonna accidentally get hit. I don't know who it gonna be. You can't get in there with them big boys. You gotta let them fight.
Yeah.
That was
the ref
crazy.
Was terrible.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. And then but the people are seeing though. They're seeing what is going on. Like I tell you, there's a lot of British people waking up. I've talked to a group of them. Tell you, they're waking up and they finally seeing that they're getting ran for their money. And the only reason they keep paying, they say, because they ain't supporting Eddie them. They supporting the event. They ain't supporting the boxing because that's what type of people they're supporting.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say it ain't because of Eddie and Joshua. It's because of the event we support. They support their people. A lot of them don't even like Joshua, to be honest. A lot of them say they can't wait for me to knock them out. They can't stand them. These are the words from them people. Everybody ain't for them. Trust me. Just like over here in America. It's the same thing. Some people can't wait for me to knock him out. They say he's made up, he's fake. And that brings me back to say that champions are born and not made. And when you look at Deontay Wilder, you know Deontay Wilder is a born champion. I'll fight you with a broke hand and a torn bicep, with a damaged eye, being sick as well too, weak. I still knock you out. But when you look at Joshua, that's what you call a made champion. Everything he has been given to him, from the Olympics on up to the titles. This ain't nothing to just call out just the negative of it. This is just to state the facts. What's wrong with the facts? These are facts. Everything. But with Deontay Wilder, I had to work for everything. But I'm used to that. That's what I've always had to do all my life. So I'm used to that. So why would I not want to fight? I'm the killer of the jungle. I'm the lion. He's the gazelle. The gazelle just hiding. But I'm trying to feed my fans. I will find the gazelle because I'm sniffing them and we smoking them out of their hole. So you can only stand the hole when it's filled with black smoke for so long until you need oxygen to breathe. See, you guys are the smoke as well. We work together hand in hand. Y'all really want this fight to happen. Y'all will get it done. Y'all will get it made. One of the biggest heavyweight title fights in the world. Maybe in our era. Who knows? He's still young. He ain't got to worry about losing. This is what's great about boxing, that you can lose and come back and still become a champion. That's how people become 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, whatever. Not just continuing to just stay undefeated. I thank God for having the record that I have. I thank God for being able to knock out to say I knocked out every guy, every man that has stepped in front of the ring with me. I can knock any man out. Given the opportunity. I'm the baddest man on the planet. I thank God to be able to have that record and stuff like that, to say that. To say, even in the past, nobody has done what I've done. There's a lot of things I ain't done that still need to be accomplished, but I'm still here. I'm still active. I'm working my way. At the end of my career, I'll kill everybody, right? Even with the money, too. I'm killing everything. Watch.
See, what did you make of Oscar De La Hoya's comments about Oscar De La Hoya's comments that he feels that he can promote you better, make you a bigger superstar in America?
Oscar, man, I still love you, Oscar, man, but come on, man, let's be real, bro. What happened 32 fights ago? What wasn't our bigger name now? I was still undefeated. 32 over 32 KOs. Nobody's doing what I'm doing. I mean, what happened 32 fights ago? Like, is the things that he's saying is like, you got to have receipts. Like, you ain't even got receipts. What, besides any Mexican fighter, what other black fighter have you made a star? And all of a sudden, I'm the chosen one that you have made a star. You don't have track records of that. You know, so that's very hard to believe in my community. It's hard to believe because you don't have no track record for that. And it took you so long for me. It's like, come on, man. But you have track records of building your own people. And that's kudos to you. Build your people and stick with your people and build them. You know? But I'm good over here, brother. I've been doing
So you
fine.
feel like throughout the duration of the time that when he was promoting you with Golden Boy, that would have been the opportunity for him to have already done that, but he had other priorities.
Most definitely, he had other priorities. He was more for his people building than another race of building. People always want to say we want to put race in it, but race is a part. Race is a part of a lot of things. It is. And if people want things to stop being a part of things, then they should let it stop. They should stop involving it, in decision making it, instead of judging a person by his character and what he can do. You know, I know who I am. I know what I could do for this sport. I know how much respect I get out here from the people. I know. I say the things that others won't say because I'm not scared. A lot of people are scared to be in a position or scared they'll miss out on the opportunity, but not me. Not D. Even when it comes to endorsement deals, I'm going to be myself. I ain't finna be no puppeteer. Ain't nobody finna have no string over me. I don't care. People can call me crazy, whatever. That's just the way I live my life. I'm a king. I live my life the way I live it. And at the end of the day, it's my life. So when my life is over and done with, everything's done, I can say, yo, I did it the way I wanted to do it. And not how nobody strung me along to do it. You just do this and say that. Nobody make me do nothing. Nobody make me say what I don't want to say. I speak what I feel from the heart, whether it's dealing with politics, whether it's dealing with racism, whether it's dealing with anything that I feel that people should know. That's me. I speak my piece. You know, people can believe me or not, they can say anything. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I want people to know that I was a true warrior. I tried to prove my best to everybody. I tried to fight the best throughout my career. You know, a lot of things didn't work out, but we're here right now. And I want to let them know that I was a real fighter. I was a real man. I was a real king. I wasn't no made-up type of person. I spoke what I felt. And that's me. We want this fight. I can't state that enough. We want this fight, and if they don't respond by tomorrow, we're going to send out the letter. Everything we do, it's a shame that everything you do now, you got to document it down. Just so people can, well, this is what we doing. You know, it's crazy, Michelle. It's crazy. This is sickening. They don't want to fight because they don't want to lose their record, because they don't want to lose all the things they got going on over there. They don't want to lose nothing. And it's a shame they avoided me. They've been avoiding me all this time. That's why we got to think why I am the only fighter that he fought that has to do so much. Why? All the signs have been there. People ain't sat back and realized, like, hey, why is Eddie always talking about what Deontay has to do, but none of these other fighters don't have to do nothing but sign the contract? Oh, I gotta build resume. You know, I need to have a defining win movement. I need to do this. The same thing Klitschko told me. See, I need to prove myself. But I was a champion myself, though. How do I need to prove myself when I'm already a champion? And we could have unified a long time ago. But people say, why you didn't fight Klitschko? And I asked Klitschko why he didn't fight me.
Yeah, I remember you always calling out Klitschko. So.
Come on, now.
Yeah, I remember.
Come on, man. Ask him why he didn't fight me. Anybody got questions about Deontay Wilder, why he didn't fight a fighter? Tell the whole story. Don't say half of the story. Tell the cost. Tell the reason of why it didn't happen. Every fighter. Every top fighter. I've called them out, all of them. I could have been unified heavyweight champion of the world. This could have been done a long time ago. I could have been the ruler of this division a long time ago and knocking out every challenger that came and tried to challenge it. But God works in mysterious ways, and this is where my path led to. Now it's this right here. So I wanted more than anything. It ain't me that it ain't no question of do I want it. I don't want people to ask me, do I want it, or ask themselves, do they think I want it? because you're hearing it right now from my mouth. Deontay Wilder wanted. I agree. When he said he wanted me, when he did his little chant, I agreed. Let's make it happen. I'll come to the UK. That's no problem. It's like a second home to me. I got friends and family there. I talk to on a daily. It's easy. You know, I got a lot of friends on there that love me. I can't wait to wait till I come over there. You know, I got a lot of friends over there. You know, and even more touched me to see a whole group on last night. Like, it was crazy. You know, so that even more giving me more motivation to like, yo, we gonna smoke them out of there, because not only us in America gonna smoke them, but the people in the UK smoking them out as well too. He ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. Nowhere. That's why he try to go on vacations all the way out of the country, otherwise, so they won't bother him. But no matter where you go, this is the biggest fight. No matter where you go, people gonna talk about it until it gets done. Now, if this fight don't never happen in history, it won't be my fault. It'll be sad. It won't be my fault. It won't be my fault. They've done all they could do to avoid this fight, and they've done good so far, but they're at the trap now. They ain't got no reason but to fight. We don't give a fuck about no mandatory stuff. You know, like I said, because if the people don't want it, then it ain't going to happen. Period.
Yeah.
I don't care what they talking about. How y'all all of a sudden you just going to come in and talk about mandatory when we trying to get a deal done? What is, look at this, man. It's like, why is it every time something clears up, it's a blockage? Do you understand and see what is going on?
Yeah. I mean,
all of a sudden,
I didn't know mandatories were even this year. I thought,
oh my God.
I swore they were for 2019, so I don't know where that came from.
All of a sudden, then it's just like a brick just fell down. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put information. You know, it was crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. So
you were in,
you know,
you were in a position similar to what Gennady Golovkin is going through at the moment with when you had the fight set up with Povetkin. He failed his drug test. What do you make of the whole issue with Canelo pulling out of the May 5th fight?
He pulled out?
Yeah, he
or did they make him pull it out?
Officially off.
Oh, he pulled out himself?
Yeah. They did a press conference the other day in Los Angeles with his lawyers and Golden Boy Promotions, and they said that the fight's off.
Why did he pull it out?
I guess right now there's just, because, you know, they have the hearing in Las Vegas, I believe April 18th, I think, to, you know, sort of go over all of the evidence and whatnot. And, you know, obviously he sticks by his story that it was the meat and he didn't do anything wrong. But I think a lot of people right now are, of course, I always say I feel bad for the fans, because they're the ones who lose out, really. I mean, look at the people who probably paid for flights and hotels, not refundable. You know, we know Gennady's still going to fight on May 5th, but we don't know against who, and it's obviously not going to be against someone like Canelo. So ultimately, they're still going to lose out. But yeah, he did pull out officially and says, you know, there's this black cloud sort of hovering over him at the moment, and that he's adamant in proving his innocence. But having been there, having been on the opposite end of something like that, you know, what is your take on that? Like, you know, what Gennady's going through at the moment, and the whole overall doping. I know you've been very vocal about, you know, you and Tony Bellew. I swear to God, just you guys are like ban them for life, put them in jail.
Yeah.
But
I understand. I definitely understand what he's going through, and what he's going through is like it's an emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? He's very emotional right now, you know, because when you do, like, people don't understand, when you got a fight of that magnitude, you know, you training your ass off. Like, you putting everything into it. Like, you waking up in hours that you normally don't wake up in, but it's a camp. So you got to push forward. You got to do the things that you wouldn't necessarily do. You got to take the necessary measurements. And that's what he's been doing. He's been pushing his body, and all of a sudden you get news that it's not going to happen. It's a crushing feeling. It's like, all this stuff I've done, I've sacrificed so much. I've sacrificed not seeing my kids. I've missed out on opportunities.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. Like when Shelley told me about the Ortiz thing, I couldn't even hold my emotion. I just bust out in tears. I'll be honest. It didn't work because I made myself, like, it just happened. Like, because I started thinking about immediately everything I put my body through. Everything, that first, oh man. And you sacrificing so much, you're doing all the right things. It's like you can do the right things sometimes and still end up with the short end of the stick. And that's just the tricky part about life. In life, certain things are bold in bold letters. And then sometimes you get those fine prints. And that's the fine print that sometimes you can do them. Sometimes you can live your life and try to be perfect in life, but sometimes things gonna happen. It's just part of life.
Do you think that Canelo should be suspended?
If found guilty, for sure. For sure. I mean, there's so much cases and stuff going on, man. It's ridiculous now. It's sickening to me to even hear it. Every time you turn around, this guy took some banned substance. How about not taking nothing? How about not taking nothing? Everybody's trying to try this new shit to get this come up or to get this win when they don't even understand that they hurting their body taking this mess, man. Mm-hmm. They hurting their body taking all this stuff. And a lot of things can be labeled as natural or organic and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Until your body starts feeling a certain type of way. Because your body don't supposed to be taking that shit in, and you don't need nothing to make your heart pump faster blood to the blood cells or make you have more energy and stuff. Shit, train yourself for that. Your mind is powerful. I keep telling people their minds are powerful. Oh my God, like your mind is so powerful. You can do all that through your mind. Meditation, visualization. I don't say these things for nothing. It's strong. You can strengthen your own mind. You don't need these things. I know there was one fighter out of my gym. Everywhere he went and fought he fought all over the world. But every time he took these type of pills. I don't know what these pills was for, but it was like some vitamin pills that he needed because boxing is a stupid superstitious sport, and he had these pills all the time. And this man went to another fucking country. He forgot his pills back in America. When he went to another country to try to get some serum, you know damn well going into another country ain't gonna be the same stuff.
Yeah.
But he could not fight without these pills. And he, and it's crazy. People, they just need to stop. Stop it, period. Stop it. We know what is safe to take. And I'm not saying, don't take no vitamins or, you got creatine and stuff. Yeah, you can take multivitamins and stuff. Certain vitamins are good. Vitamins A, B, and C, all that good stuff. But if it's a certain type of drug that just nobody know what the hell it says, you can barely read the name of what this drug is, and you still take it. And I don't think you reading the side effects or whatever it talks. Man, just put that stuff down when you're dealing with boxing. This is a brutal sport. This is a brutal sport. And I keep telling people when I'm the Bronze Bomber, my mentality is different in the ring than I am outside of it. It just is. It is. I can't explain it. I'm a different person, myself. He's a scary motherfucker, I'm telling you. Excuse my language, but that's the way I have to express it to you for you to really feel what I'm saying. Because I don't think people understand that alter ego, that different person than Deontay Wilder and the Bronze Bomber. I must have him. I must have him because Deontay Wilder probably go a little easier. Not too much, but just a little bit.
D, I want to also ask you about your good pal, Tyson Fury. Good old Tyson Fury. What do you think of his weight loss? Have you seen the photos of his weight loss?
I've seen some of them. I haven't been really paying too much attention to Tyson. I've seen some of them. Looking good. Look like he's slimming down. Well, I congratulate him. I encourage him to keep going. He got a long way to go. He got a long. It's just like seeing a pregnant woman. She done said, my stomach is slimmed down a little bit, ain't it? And she needs your validation and credibility to say yes, but you just say, yeah, but you got a long way to go, and they get mad. You do that, So it's just like with him. It's like he was pregnant, but now he's slimming on down, and he still got a long way to go. But,
I know that's a fight that people eventually are going to want to see with you two. I mean, one of my favorite videos is still that time that he got in the ring with you. I just put it up on Instagram the other day. I was just like, I still one of my favorite heavyweight moments. Obviously, that's still a fight that still interests you in the long run. Should Tyson make his return, right?
Oh, most definitely. I would love to fight him, but you know, we also have to be real. You know, Tyson ain't even got his boxing license yet. You know, I know we keep talking about him and stuff, but his, you know, he and the only way Tyson stay relevant is he keep making videos and stuff like that. But you know, we get bored quickly. After a while, we pick up on certain patterns and shit like that, and we start to tell, you know. He can only make these videos for so long, calling out people or saying he's this a bum and he'll beat both of them. Now we're gonna get to a point where, all right, man, shoot, we tired of hearing it, man. You gotta put this money away mouth here now, man. But then you're like, man, I can't even fight yet. What you mean you can't fight? You talking like you can fight? It's that one issue. What is it? I don't even have my license to fight, so I really can't even fight for real. Man, you know, that's how it is. So he got to get these licenses. Next thing he should be talking about is him getting his boxing license back. And then everything else can be more exciting and it can be more believable of what he's saying, because right now he's just entertaining the people via social media, you know. But I would love to fight him. I mean, we built all that up, me and him, man. And for not to fight, you know, I've always wanted to fight, man. I've always, you know, it was never no problem. Look how I let him in the ring. You know, it was never no problem. And that's what the thing we were trying to do with AJ. Hey, let's build it. You know, I ain't the type of person that to get out in the face and do all that crazy stuff. I'm a man of reasoning. I'm a man of conversation. Let's agree. Let's get something done. You know, let's make it happen. Look like me and Luis Ortiz. Yeah, I wasn't going crazy on Luis Ortiz. You know, hey, let's make it happen. But I ain't finished fake nothing. And that's the only thing that was up. But Joshua didn't want to do that because they don't want to fight me. He didn't want to man up. See, Joshua's, you know, he still have a little boy mentality. You know, and I want to make a man out of him. You know, I don't think being the heavyweight, his position, I don't think he can handle it. It's too much on him. It's too much on him. He got too many people speaking for him, and he don't even know how to speak for himself. Hey, let's ask Eddie. No, we don't want to ask Eddie. They talking to you. You, not Eddie. He looking for Eddie to get him out every time. That's that little boy mentality. See, I'm a grown man. Nobody made me say nothing. Nobody made me do nothing. I speak from the heart, no matter what it is. And that's why people love me. They love me. People love me. And I appreciate them. I've seen the waves change. I've seen everything change, and I appreciate it. And it's only going to get better and better.
They definitely need you, Deontay. They definitely need the talking. You know what I love too is you always sort of have like rhymings. I think there was a video video that surfaced where you were rhyming something to Tyson Fury. I swear to God, I watched that thing over and over. It just died. It was like Tyson Fury. Oh, where? Oh, my God, I was dying.
Hey, and it's crazy. I don't mean to rhyme sometimes, but I don't mean to. I don't mean to talk like that sometimes, but it just come out like that. You know what I mean? Like I tell people, I speak from my heart, and whatever my heart is feeling, whatever I'm feeling, my mouth is just a translator. So I speak it. Like, I speak what my heart is saying, you know, because most times when I speak to people, I speak from them, especially if we having a civilized conversation and talk. Like, I'm a genuine person. I speak from the heart. I'm going to tell you, like, what's the real, you know? And I like people to keep it real with me as well, too, because if you don't, I feel vibe, warrior energy, and emotions. You know, I'm a very special person. My grandma always said that I was anointed by God. She wouldn't let my parents whoop me. Because she said, that boy is anointed. He's going to be the one to bring you guys up. And every time they disobeyed, she's like, okay. And look at me now. And I'm only climbing. I will unify the division. There will be a unified, undisputed heavyweight champion in the world. One champion, one face, one name. He go by the name of Deontay. Well, I promise you that. All my promises I've said, I've kept. And I make sure the things have happened for me to keep my promise. Now, it take two to tangle in this ring.
Yeah, yeah.
We're ready. We're willing and able to get on that jet and fly on over there. That's no problem. We got to make this fight happen. We got to make it happen, Michelle.
Yeah. That's a must. Because next year is full of mandatories. So if it don't get made this year, it doesn't get made till 2020, and I'd be damned.
Yeah, but, like I said, unification overshadowed mandatories. We all know that. It overshadows it hugely, especially depending on the popularity of a fight. It trumps it. Easy. So This fight right here, we ain't got to really talk about no mandatories. I don't think we talk about making the fight, because if they want it to happen, the fight gonna happen. Because we already want it. So if they want it and we both want it to happen, like I said, I want it. If they really want to make the fight happen, it can happen. Don't listen to this mandatory talk, none of that stuff like that. And then worst come worst, he can pay his mandatory off. I did it. They supposed to be making all this money, right? So they supposed to be able to do stuff like that, right? I mean,
except besides these.
They're supposed to be able to do. Don't say what all I make and this and this, and y'all can't do what I did. That don't make no sense. I don't want to hear nothing. Everybody already coming out with the list of excuses that Eddie Hearn's going to come up with, and it's hilarious to see it. Everybody out, because they know I want it. I think I ain't really got to convince the world too much more that I want it than him, because I see it. I see it every day. I see what the people are talking about every day. Every day. Every day. He can't run no more. And I want them to keep smoking. I want the people in England to start smoking them out even more. It's time. Hey, he represents your country. Your countryman looking scary. He's looking very scary. And y'all see it. And I'm glad for those that done woke up. All the people that woke up, shout out. But it's time. It's time. I want him. Let's make it happen. This boy from America will come over to England anytime. I would love to. I would love to. Make sure I get me some tea and biscuits. I would love to. I love going to England. I got a lot of friends and family and fans over there. I fell in love in England one time before in my life.
Yeah, that's why I'm living here right now. So
I fell in love one time. I really did.
Now, Dean, I have to before we sign off, because I know I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I wanted to bring up the Breakfast Club interview that you did, and I know that there was a negative reaction to what you said. Do you want to clarify? Because I saw a part of it, but I think if I remember correctly, someone was saying that you were saying there's Deontay Wilder versus the Bronze Bomber.
Right.
Were you speaking on behalf of the Bronze Bomber?
Yes.
Okay. So
of
can
course.
you clarify?
It's like, at this point in time, we, as people, we just need to grow up on certain situations and conversations. Because, many things that in throughout history, what we do is we just repeat history. Many things we do, even when it feel like we probably have done it a little bit more cooler in a different style than something. I'm just talking theoretically, just different things, how history has repeated itself many times. And I say that to say this, that I'm not the first person that y'all have heard, or maybe some of y'all that have gotten into boxing new or never kept up with it, or I'm talking to the old heads, or, the ones that been kept up. We know for facts that what I said is mediocre to a lot of things what a lot of fighters have said. You got Joe Frazier, if you go back, you got Roy Jones, and even Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, of all, I ain't never heard nothing so crazy what Mike Tyson used to say, talking about eating people's kids, and you know how sensitive we are as a nation of women and children now. Or a whole country or a world, women and children. He said he will eat your kids. He said he wanted to push your nose bone back into your brain. You know what I mean? You got, come on, man. But that's just a part of being in boxing. That's that warrior mentality that we have, that we see these things that we want to do. We want to let the opponent know this is what we want to do. It's two different people. It's called an alter ego. And people can't judge because the Bible said the way you judge, you will be judged as well too. Especially if you ain't understanding where I'm coming from. You can't relate to me, then oh man. That's why black people, we be so outspoken so many times on so many circumstances and situations, because a lot of people can't relate to what we go through and what we've seen, what we've been through. It's not about a racist thing. It's like, relate to what I'm saying. You can't relate to what I'm saying, so you can't really knock it if you don't really understand it. That's all we're trying to do is get a little understanding. That's it. That's it. Because there's a lot goes on that people can't relate to or understand. And what I said, a lot of people can understand it, especially all the fighters. All the fighters that got a killer mentality and be like, man, the way I think and go in the ring, how I feel, he trying to get me, I got to get him. That's just the way we think. This is alter ego. But Deontay Wilder, of course, I want every man to go back to his family. I've stated that many times. I said two prayers, an individual prayer and a team prayer. The individual prayer goes for my opponent because I want to see it, but Bronze Bomber is a different person. And you must have that in this sport. This is a brutal sport. This is one of the most toughest sports in the world. You ain't finna get in there in 12 rounds, full leather on your hands, and just sit in there and get hit in the head and keep in mind your head is not meant to be hit. You can't take no breaks or nothing like that until that bell rings. And then you got to get up and still strategize what's going on. This is a gladiator sport, and you got to have that mentality. You got to have that mentality. You either gonna kill or be killed. And people just got to understand that. Y'all got to look from another perspective of what you're looking at. Before somebody getting killed. I mean, that's what you pay your money to. I was going to see somebody get knocked out. Guess what? Knocking somebody out can cause death. So how you don't be hypocrites. You come and pay your money to see somebody get knocked out. But hitting somebody that hard to the point of knocking them out to concussion or making them shiver on the pavement, all that stuff can lead to death. Don't you know that? So y'all can't criticize me and talk about one thing without it going with another. I'm just saying the same thing with y'all request, but just in a different format. Maybe I should use a different language or tone of voice towards the subject. But it's Deontay Wilder, and it's the Bronze Bomber, ladies and gentlemen. It's an alter ego. It worked for me all the way till I'm here, and I'm here now. And why change it now? Why change it now? We all hope for the best when we fight. We're gladiators, like I said, each and every time. I say it all the time. We risk our lives in the ring for you guys' entertainment. So please let us be able to speak how we please, because we never know when the last time we get up in that ring. We never know.
Yeah.
Whether we die or whether we just be mentally messed up in the head. Whether we don't, can't speak right or get into a stage where we can't control our body from shaking and shit. Like, this is what we choose. So please, let us be us. Let us do what we do. We choose to be in this brutal sport. Y'all can't save us. Y'all can't save us. Y'all can only enjoy the entertainment of us. And that's just all I'm saying, man. Anything can happen in this ring. This is the jungle. And you'll never understand. You'll never feel what it feels like until you step into those rings. Mm-hmm. Step on them ropes into them rings with them lights and bright lights, TV cameras in your face. And you got one man across you looking like he want to do something real bad to you, so you thinking about the same thing. And when that bell ring and say ding, what you gonna do? What mentality you gonna have?
So what you're saying is, and obviously this is coming from your alter ego, what you are saying is that you're hoping to do damage, but obviously not literally wish to, take someone's life. Literally.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I love my children. I love my children to death, and they love their daddy the same way. And I love being a father. That's my most blessed thing that I could ever have in life to be a father, you know. And I know a lot of other fathers have that same feeling towards their kids. So I don't literally, you know, people just got to people just make certain things an issue where it don't even have to be one, instead of just enjoying. Because when I say the good things, you don't hear that super again. Now, by the time somebody say something that nobody understands, you know, you want to blow it out of proportion and take it out of content of what it really is. Man, we just got to grow up as people and stop worrying about this little foolish stuff, because this is what you pay your money for, to see somebody get hurt. Of course, we don't want to kill no one, but that's just the mentality that alter ego possesses and have your feelings for. I mean, shit, when you get to argue with somebody and fight them, don't you want to kill them? Yeah. Yes, you do. Anybody that's been in any fight, that's your mindset at that time when you hitting on them, to get them, to beat them to death, because you mad at that time. And sometimes,
well, I know as a kid, I've been told that. I'm like, I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you. I know my parents have said that to me.
Yeah, what do you think beating your ass means? I'm going to beat your ass. Don't you know you can kill somebody in the midst of beating their ass? How many cases where we've seen where somebody choked somebody or punched somebody and they died just off of that? And then the person that did it started crying, they started crying so much to the point where, because they didn't mean it. They really didn't mean it, but it happened. You know,
it's a dangerous sport. People don't understand that just for less than an hour's worth of entertainment. I mean, I guess an hour if you're including all the, you know, walking to the ring and on post-fight interviews and stuff, but all for basically an hour's worth of time, you guys put your lives on the line. And I can say firsthand that, you know, we appreciate what you guys do for us, because I always say boxers are they're the modern day gladiators. You know, like back in the day when they,
most definitely. And Michelle, to be honest, like, since that fight, like, my body just now starting to come back around. You know, I've been sore and shit. Like, you know, it takes a lot out of us to get in there and bang on each other's bodies and go in there. Man, people would never understand, and I can't express that enough. You would never understand. It's like pulling out hair. Like, when fighters hear certain things from fans, it's like irritates us. It's like pulling out our hair, because you don't understand it. Certain things, you know, it's okay to say, but certain things, if you can't experience it and really know what it says, certain things you just can't say, but you ain't gonna understand it. You know, it's a crazy sport, and I think we do need more. A lot of fighters need more respect than what they get.
100%.
That's why I don't like the term bomb. Everyone wants to bomb.
Oh, I
Can you beat this bomb? Can you go in there and beat this bomb? No, you can't. So I feel like if a person can't go in there and compete with that person, they ain't got no right to call nobody a bomb, because what that make you? You a bomb too.
If you can't even beat the bomb, what does that make you?
Yeah, I know. That makes you less of a bomb. If they don't want to bomb, I don't never call no fighter no bomb.
Me either.
Because I respect them. I respect them all. I respect all levels of fighters, and I would shake their hand. Because
it takes a certain type of person to get in the ring and get hit in the head for a living. It takes a very special individual to say, this is what I'm going to do with my life. Seriously.
Yes.
You almost have to be a little crazy. Because
you do.
People don't want to get into one fight, get hit once, let alone do it all the time.
Yeah. Hey, we all a little crazy now, you know.
Yeah.
We all a little crazy now. We are. We all a little crazy now. In boxing, I've been a lot of places in boxing, and man, you see some strange, crazy shit. Sometimes it used to get scary back in the day. The certain people you meet, the certain environments you in, and who's trying to put on the show, especially the small show and stuff. Like, it's crazy, the people you meet. Like, they're crazy. It's crazy, but the people you meet in boxing, although they may have a crazy mentality or, you know, certain things or say certain things that may be crazy, but it's a loving sport. Everybody respect everybody. When you go to functions and stuff, man, you see fighters hugging each other no matter what beef they got. They may, even if they don't want to talk, they stay away from each other. They don't want to, you know, They don't want to be the party poopers. They don't want to rain on the parade. We ain't like that. We loving people. We love each other. We love the fighters. We love each other because we respect each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, sometimes we have those altercations with others where, you know, we don't like them, but we, you know, when there's certain places we stay away. Like, it's nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's a respect level. You get in that ring and risk your life, I do the same thing. So when it comes to a certain situation, it's a respect factor that comes in there. I must respect you until we separate. We go our separate ways. And what you want to say, your feelings, you can lash out where you at, and I can do the same thing. You know, until the time comes, we get in the ring and do our thing for the world to see and get some money doing it. But other than that, you stay in your lane, I'm going to stay in mine. You stay respectful, I'm going to stay respectful, and we do our thing. You know, until we get the time.
I wanted to ask you really quickly. I completely forgot, but I wanted to ask you about Dominic Brazil and how he, you know, feels like he has like this personal issue with you, with what happened between you, him, and his brother.
Oh
he
man.
You.
Oh
what do you think?
man.
What do you
Michelle, it just, I don't. Oh, Michelle, like these fighters, man, they are. Oh my God, like. I just don't understand, like, when you in a sport like this, like, I respect this sport so much and I love it so much, you know,
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when you in a sport like this, how can you, like, be a liar so much? Like, how can a person, it's just like saying somebody don't want to fight or we doing everything, if they, like, you, one side blaming the other, like we got with the Joshua thing, like, It's fighting people, how could we let this go on? You know, we know who want to fight, like, stop. And then when it with these fighters, be honest. I'm an honest person. That's one thing nobody can tell you. I'm an honest person, especially when it deal with situations that pertains to me and my actions and what I've done. I can tell you what I've done. I ain't got nothing to hide. It is what it is. People gonna judge you no matter what. But like I said, the Bible said, how you judge, you will be judged. So be careful. I don't judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be judged. That's the way I live my life. I'm a positive person. I surround myself each day by positive people. And I don't judge nobody because I don't want them to judge me. But Brazil, his story, it got a lot of missing pieces to it. And I heard the interview where he did, and I was just waiting on the whole truth. Because now his ways have changed. At first, you see him just talking about me. Now he added my brother into it now, which that what it started from. See, he wasn't talking about my brother at first. Talking about me being my brother's keeper and coming to defend my brother, right? He said to defend my brother since I'm my brother's keeper. Now he's starting to get into the story to unfold it without him even knowing what he's talking about. And it's funny now. What really happened, I'm going to give it exclusively to you. And I come to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now, when he got the part right about he was supporting Gerald Washington, and my brother, of course, was supporting his brother. Now, in between there, and I've had many people that have sat around there and told me that part what happened. Many people. And they got to arguing, you know, because, you know, when there's a competitive sport like this, people get, this sport right here, people get their feelings involved in it. This is an emotional sport.
Yeah, it is.
And so, so both of them, going back and forth arguing at each other. And, that was cool and dandy. But Brazil said that they got to argue, then him, his wife, and kids went back to the hotel. So he cut a big part out of it. Now, what really happened is what he failed to say is that they got so heated in the conversation that Brazil threatened to kill my brother and said that if his wife and kids wasn't here, he'll shoot my entire family. Because y'all know me. I ain't got no reason to go look for nobody. I ain't got no reason to do nothing. I'm a peaceful person. I come in peace. And these are the words that came out of his mouth, and I heard that for multiples of people that was around in the area. They said he did say that. He didn't say that part. He missed out. So, of course, I said in the post-press conference, I said, I was looking for Brazil. I'm going to get him one way or another. I want to see him. I want to see him because I need to discuss something with him. It ain't more so me doing this, it's the discussion. You know, don't be saying no stuff like that, bro. You don't, well, you know where you are. So we pull up at the hotel, and there he is. Somebody said, that's Brazil right there. And I immediately got up out my Sprinter van and went up in there. Now, this man said I came in there with 20 to 30 people. And all my boxing people, and even people that have seen me at different events, they can't never count 20 people that I've been with. They can't never count more than really just 10 people. And most of them be friends and family, but my everyday life, you rather see me with more than what? I got like 7 brothers. All family. Every time they come to the fight, all family. But that particular time, everybody was still in the van. I came in the building by myself. Of course, they knew what I was going to do, and we had men and women together. I approached him by myself. Now, his team started to panic, especially the little coach, the little bald-headed one with the tattoo. He started panicking. And I came up to Brazil. I put my hand in his face, and I told you, I said, bro, don't ever come here saying that you're going to kill my brother and kill my entire family, bro. Don't ever say that again. You do that, I'm going to beat your ass. That's what I was telling you, because that was disrespectful. Any person would be heated if somebody, a family threat. He's trying to play the victim here. All the way, and it's funny. So his trainer came up and put his hands on me, and that's when my security guard, which is also my brother, so it became a shuffling thing. That's all. It became a shuffling thing, and it came all the way over to the check-in counter or whatever, and then so everybody grabbed, my people were grabbing me to the point where I got into it with some of my brothers because they grabbed me for the simple fact they didn't want me to do nothing, but it wasn't the fact. I was trying to get to my brother because my brother was over there by himself, surrounded by his people. Yeah. Brazil, 6'6", 260-some pounds, punched my brother in the face. There's only 6'4", that was, 193 in the face. He forgets he forgets to tell this whole story. He punched him in the face, and everybody holding me. I'm trying to get to my brother. I fell out with some of my people over this. Although we got together, but I fell out because they held me, and I couldn't get to my only brother. We ain't going down like that. Yeah. So my brother came back and punched Brazil in the face and dropped him. And stood over and told him what you want now. Brazil is he's embarrassed that happened to him. That's why he's coming out with these allegations and stuff. And for the furthermore part, the wife was just as crazy as all the rest of them. The wife going around screaming and hitting people and everything. My people, on the other hand, was watching her kids. My people, my guys, my brothers was watching her kids while she run around the hotel screaming and hollering. And that is the God honest truth. But they want to say, I came with women and children just to break the story, to make the story sound more than what it was. That wasn't what it was. The wife was playing as his sidekick, running around screaming at, which, you in my part say it was a lot, man. He could have really got fucked up that night if I wanted it to happen. He really, if he want to put me out like this person talking about goons and shit, bro. If you really wanted to get fucked, you would have got fucked up. Trust me, it was a lot of people writing me to just apologize because they didn't get you. A lot of people got put. I ain't gonna even go no farther. Just I want him to know that how he proclaimed me to be, he really could have gotten fucked. Really. Welcome to the South. Really. But it didn't go like that. It didn't go like that, though. And that's what the story ended at. So he's jealous that my brother dropped him out of that whole night. And that's the whole thing. I didn't touch him. Of course, nobody about know. Every man that stepped in the ring with me with leather gloves on, I'd have put down. So just imagine what I'd do if someone went down in the street. With my bare fists, come on now. My family got to eat.
Yeah, it's not even worth that.
Come on, tell the story. I can man up to my responsibilities, but what I can't stand is another fighter a fighter making stories and adding what he want to add in. And then on top of that, this Negro, well, what do you call it? He a Mexican. He a Mexican American. This motherfucker went and sued me. As a fighter? As a fighter?
Yeah.
When fighters start suing fighters, bro? Thirsty. That's that thirsty for some money. Broke. You know, you need some money. So what's the best thing to do? Sue another fighter. But you weren't going to win that because I didn't touch you at all. If I would have touched you, trust me, it would have been a wrap. I don't blame you. I do. Michelle, these guys, I am nothing to play with. I advise everybody to stay on my good side. Please. Please. That's all I say. I don't say much. Every time I'm around, I'm always a ball of fun. I'm always entertained. I'm always laughing. I'm always with positive vibe, and I keep that mentality. I keep that aura around me for a reason, because if it goes south for me, if it goes into a negative spot, I don't know my limitations. And I'm like the Hulk. I'm like the Hulk.
Yeah.
I ain't satisfied until I'm satisfied. And sometimes that can be hey, shout out to my fans, man. I love you guys, man. Shout out to the fans. Man, it's been an amazing year, man, and we coming. We coming. It's time. They can't run no more. Y'all guys continue to smoke them out of there. As I continue to smoke them out of there and give y'all nothing but my truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm the realest champion in the business. Anything I say, I promise I'm going to do, I'm going to deliver it. Haven't I been doing it thus far? I haven't let nobody down. Now, no matter what come about, no situation, no issues should stop this biggest heavyweight title fight in the world of boxing right now. You guys want it. I want it. The question is, do they want it? We've sent out letters, emails to them. We're waiting on their response. We're going to continue to get it on them. We're going to continue to send things. We're going to continue to get it out. If they don't want it, then we just want them to come out and say, they do not want the fight. Don't prolong this fight. Keep everybody waiting. Let's make it happen. AJ.
Yeah, let's
make it
not
happen.
let's not make people wait as long as we did for Mayweather Pacquiao. Please, like baby Jesus, let it not be that long.
Man, if y'all don't want to, just say it. But just don't, like Michelle said, don't let us keep waiting. Let's move on with our lives. I don't need you. You don't need me. I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. People know.
The fans want it.
People know I want it. The fans want it, so let's make it happen. Win, lose, or draw. That's what it's all about. What y'all worry about? If you worry about losing so much for? Damn, ain't you done made some money? Now he talking about bonuses. Somebody must be stealing money somewhere. He talking about he must ain't seeing the money he getting. What you talking about, man? They always talking about money, 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 money. And they know I'm this train wreck. I'm a train wreck. They run into a brick wall when you come to me. It's easy to see. I mean, when you get a guy that's been silver spooned all his life with money, you know, he had coins fed it to him, you know, all his life. That's all he's going to see. And now he's pausing Joshua's mind and seeing the same thing. And we're going to go around whatever we got to do. If it's manipulating people, if it's contradicting ourselves, if it's reneging, if it's just straight out just lying to them and they buy it, that's what we're going to do. AJ, I'm going to get you the biggest fights and the biggest paydays. Probably going to be the biggest thing in the world. We're going to do it. And we're going to make so much money, mate. You ready? Let's do it, Eddie. And that's what they've been doing. Until now, they ain't got nowhere to go. Now it's like I'm trying to come up with the words. I'm trying to plan my next step. I'm trying to come up with something to say to the media. That's why we ain't heard no response, because they're trying to gather their thoughts. They're trying to collect their thoughts. They're trying to come up with the next script to say. But we paying close attention, and I advise y'all to do the same too. pay close attention to what is being said and what is going to be said. Like I said, y'all want the fight, y'all can make it happen. Y'all got your own voice and spread your own opinion. But Deontay Wilder wants this fight.
Well, Dee, it's been an hour and a half, and I am so thankful that you sat on the phone with me for an hour and a half to talk everything, basically. First of all, I appreciate you. You always make the time for us, so thank you so much for that. No matter what, and over the years, you've always made time to take the phone calls, so I appreciate you for that.
Anytime. And it's been an hour already? It don't even feel
it's
that
an hour and a half, yep.
Man, this is what the heavyweight division has came about. You know, you can have conversations about it and it seems like time just flies by because it's so exciting, you know. And it's only going to get more exciting as times travel. So we're looking forward to it, and I appreciate you as well.
Yeah, I look forward to this fight. I'm feeling confident. I'm going to keep the positive energy going and hoping that we will get this fight made because there's no fight bigger than this for 2018. Hell, even for 2019, I can't see a bigger heavyweight fight happening for a very, very long time. So we'll cross our fingers, continue to keep the fans informed on what's going on with you on your side. And, so just thank you. Appreciate you.
No, anytime. You have a wonderful day. God bless. Peace.
Yeah.
Squad!
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else